This thing, man, we ready to get to it. Hey, but before we start, you know what it is. Trust my own mama, so I'm riding around town with the llama. This was about to drown. I can't trust my own mama, so I'm riding around town with the llama. This we about to drown. Drop the addy, I'ma put a little. Drop the addy, I'ma put a little. This we about to drown. Drop the addy, I'ma put a little. Drop the addy, I'ma put a little. Yo, 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 yo. It's your boy Cinco Band's the man trying to get 100 grand. You know I got the plan. It's your host with the most coming straight from the West Coast. Man, we back. Most valuable podcast. Episode 103. You know what I'm talking about? Hey, today, we talking about them things. Them things. No, I'm just we talking about pounds and pounds and pounds of them things. The Mexican cartel was struck again today. On the war against the Mexican cartel, the U.S. Coast Guard strikes again today. They catch them with over 61,000 pounds of pure cocaine. What? That perico. Them things. Yes, they caught them with them things. Man, look, we ain't gonna go too far. We ain't gonna do too much. We about to get right into it, y'all. You know what I'm saying? Hit that like, hit that subscribe. You rocking with the best, the most valuable podcast. If it's your first time to the channel, welcome. Welcome. Hey, this gonna be a good one today, y'all. We about to see what's going on. Huh? 61,000 pounds? Are you serious?
Host Mike Page, thanks again for joining us. The next step, we want to take you out to Florida. The Coast Guard today making history as the Coast Guard announcing the largest drug offload in history, totaling nearly $500 million at the Florida port.
Oh my God.
The U.S. Coast Guard says crews offloaded
500 M's. 500 M's. Ooh. They felt that one. 500 M's. Oh, they felt that one.
1,000 pounds of cocaine and 14,000 pounds of bulk marijuana at the Port Everglades in South Florida. Let's listen in.
Protecting our nation. 80% of all narcotics seized are confiscated at sea, underscoring the impact of Coast Guard maritime interdiction efforts. The U.S. Coast Guard brings unique authorities and unmatched capabilities as the world's leader in maritime counter-drug operations. Every single day, thousands of brave men and women of the Coast Guard stand watch, controlling, securing, and defending our border and maritime approaches. We are proud to serve as a part of the Department of Homeland Security and at all times, one of our military branches. Whether on the water or in the air, the U.S. Coast Guard works hand in hand with our partners. We're on the front lines in the fight against foreign terrorist organizations and other dangerous criminals who seek to flood our community with narcotics, deadly fentanyl, and other illicit substances. To truly understand the significance of this offload, consider this. The 61,740 pounds of cocaine represent 23 million potentially lethal doses. That's enough to fatally overdose the entire population of the state of Florida. Think about that for a moment. Enough cocaine to kill everyone in Florida. That's the immense scale threat we face. Maritime interdiction.
Wait. Enough to kill everybody in Florida, or enough to have Florida turned the fuck up partying for 2 years straight? I'm just playing. Hey, that's
crazy. They must think those waters over there by Florida is sweet because that seemed to be a hot spot. That seemed to be a hot spot. These guys, okay? Answer me this: do you guys think they're gonna take keep some of this stuff? You think all 61,000 pounds is gonna make it back to the station? If you do, let me know in the comments. If you don't, let me know in the comments. Without that, we're gonna keep going. You rocking with the best, most valuable. Shout out to all my Twitchers.
Action is, without a doubt, the most effective way to stop these deadly drugs before they reach our communities, before they destroy lives and tear our families apart. Under Secretary Noem's leadership, we, the Coast Guard, are committed to dedicating the resources and the effort necessary to stop the flow of dangerous drugs into our country. Over the past 7 months, the Coast Guard is accelerating its counter-drug operations in the maritime transit zone. In close coordination with our international and interagency partners, we are surging additional cutters, aircraft, and tactical law enforcement teams to the eastern Pacific Ocean to hunt down, interdict, and board these suspected smugglers, all in support of Operation Pacific Viper. This critical operation is one of the Coast Guard's key efforts to interdict, seize, and disrupt the transshipment of cocaine and other bulk illicit drugs that come to us by sea from South America through the Eastern Pacific to our shores. These drugs fuel and enable cartels.
They are no longer waiting for you guys to send this shit and they taking it. They coming looking. They hunting for you guys now. Woo! It's going down. It's a whole new ball game.
And transnational criminal organizations, the very same groups that are pushing fentanyl and other deadly substances to our communities. To the crew of Coast Guard Cutter Hamilton and to all our incredible partners here today and those that are still out there doing the mission, I extend my deepest gratitude. Thank you for your extraordinary service, your unwavering commitment, and your tireless efforts to keep America safe. Semper Paratus. $1 million. I'm sorry, with an M. Sorry. Yes, ma'am. You're welcome.
Good morning. My name's Admiral Chase Sargent. I'm the Deputy Director for Giant of South, which is charged with all of the detection and monitoring of drugs, both on the water and in the maritime airspace.
God. Look at that. Whoa! It look like a construction site. Look at that. Oh man, this is what they send here. They trying to get that bread. Oh my Lord, that's D-Boy's dream. Not me. I ain't the D-Boy, but that is wow.
Space. And our connection to Coast Guard is obviously we build the picture and pass the ships and the prosecution off to the Coast Guard, who then gets after the drugs, interdicts it, and brings it home. Brings it home for expert burning.
Do they put all those drugs on the captain? I just want to know. Do it go on everybody on the boat? Or just do it go on the captain?
And disposal. I want to recognize, as Admiral Shammy did, the joint force and the U.S. law enforcement agencies that are here today as well, and many of the ones that aren't. And it's as the Deputy Director down at Giant of South, I see firsthand every day the cooperation and the collaboration that goes on between all of these groups to make this mission and our mission as successful as it is to detect and monitor, but also to support the Coast Guard, both Coast Guard District Southwest and Coast Guard District Southeast, in executing their part of the mission, which is to get the drugs. And a whole government collaboration that makes detection monitoring so effective. But we're not here to recognize those agencies as much as we are the incredible work you see here in front of you on the collection of 27 plus, and I'll use metric tons because we track it in metric tons, but I did the math, it's the same as the pounds. 27 plus metric tons of cocaine and 15.9 thousand pounds of marijuana. And in addition to that, as the Admiral mentioned, set a new Coast Guard record for the largest offload, single offload by a U.S. Coast Guard vessel.
I bet you did.
Led by Hamilton during the 2 months that they were out at sea, so 2 months only. They were assisted by the other ships, as he mentioned before, the Hamilton, Diligence, the Vigilant, the USS Cole, USS Minneapolis St. Paul, and the frigate Friesland from the Dutch. It was a glorious grouping of ships at a single time, and bring together the large offload that you see here today. But I think if you want to see in general what's keeping America safe from drugs, it's this. It's the work they're doing out there every day, every night, 365, 24/7, out in the East Pac, Eastern Pacific, and the Caribbean. This is what's keeping drugs off the streets of America, and this is what's winning the war on drugs in general. An impressive group effort. On top of that record as well, I want to acknowledge the Hamilton in general, the crew of the Hamilton, for demonstrating aggressiveness and perseverance from the day they arrived on mission, and it's resulted in an interdiction of 20 of that 27 metric tons, 20 plus of it belonging to the Hamilton alone. This is not just an impressive number, it is, we believe, the largest offload of a single ship for a 2-month patrol, or any patrol as well. So Captain McWhite, you and your crew should be very proud of this effort, and we expect you back this fall. Maybe if Admiral Shammy will let us, we'll definitely take you back this fall. How about a round of applause for the ship, the Hamilton, and the efforts that they did over the last 2 months. Lastly, I want to thank Hamilton for what I know has not been an easy lift in the last couple of days to be ready for this event. So I want to say bravo Zulu to the crew and the captain for putting on, being ready for this type of offload event, which goes with a lot of man hours, a lot of heavy lift to get things where they need to be, make sure the ship looks as great as it does today. So from there, I just say this is an example of what your Joint Force and Coast Guard are doing for you every day to make America safe, to bring in the drugs before they get to America, and produce just a phenomenal effort on this mission. Thank you.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Greg Kehoe. I'm the U.S. Attorney for the Middle District of Florida, part of the Department of Justice, of course. I'm with here with other elements from DEA and FBI, part of the Department of Justice, and other law enforcement intelligence and Department of Homeland Security, including others. This element is in the Middle District of Florida, is called Panama Express, and they are investigating these matters. And Panama Express, so you know, is the most successful counter-drug operation in the nation's history for over 25 years. The U.S. Attorney's Office, FBI, DEA, Coast Guard Investigative Services, and the Department of Homeland Security have done the following: contributed to the arrest of almost 4,000 drug traffickers, including 400 leaders in these organizations. Denied over $45 billion in revenue, and seized over 1.3 million kilograms of cocaine. Each of these interdictions impacts foreign terrorist organizations, the worst of the worst, where it hurts them the most, their wallets. foreign terrorist organizations are the focus of the Department of Justice and the President in his Operation Take Back America, and they are responsible for the drug trafficking you see before you. Many of the interdicted vessels we are talking about left Venezuela. It is a haven for Tren de Agua and Cartel de Solis, organized crime gangs in Venezuela. These are foreign terrorist organizations responsible for bringing drugs and violence to the United States, and they are a threat to our national security on a daily basis. There is no place that drugs
Hey, hit that like, hit that subscribe.
Paramount Plus is available on
Y'all rocking with the
YouTube.
best.
Enjoy the Dexter universe.
You rocking with the best, most valuable podcast. Hit that like, hit that subscribe. We getting back into it. Hey, them boys had a lot of that work.
that drug traffickers can hide
Boys
from the
had a
United
lot of
States
that work.
Coast Guard and its partners. And we are all partners in this. If you are on the high seas and the water smuggling, we, the Coast Guard and our partners, will find you and stop the federal agents and prosecutors doing what you're doing. You will then be sent to the Middle District of Florida and elsewhere for prosecution. And the evidence that they seize will be used in those cases. You will be brought to justice by the United States as appropriate, but keep it that this investigation, these matters will continue, these interdictions would continue, and the frontline operations on the high seas will continue, such that nobody is going to be able to hide. Thank you very much for your time.
Good morning. My name is John McQuaid.
They got technology out of this world. So they finally probably showing the cartel right now, like, look, we been had you niggas. We just letting you do what you're doing. Now we ain't finna let you do what you're doing. You see, we got all this technology. My thing is, why let them do it in the first place? Keep this shit together like a strong piece of leather, man. You rocking with the best. Hit that like.
I'm a proud crew member of the Cutter Hamilton. Thank you for joining us today as we honor the dedicated crew of Cutter Hamilton after an exceptional deployment. I would like to welcome Deputy Assistant Secretary for Senate Affairs, Mr. Ott, Chief Counsel for Senator Moody, Ms. Bergel, Admiral Chamey, and the Honorable Mr. Keogh. Thank you all, distinguished guests, for joining us here today as we celebrate the accomplishments of Cutter Hamilton. The U.S. Coast Guard is unique in that it is our specialized abilities, LE authorities, and international partnerships that enable us to detect and interdict traffickers hundreds of miles out at sea to stop the flow of illegal narcotics from reaching the approaches to the United States. Additionally, Hamilton's recent mission execution is backed by Force Design 2028, which is already positively impacting operations, specifically with new streamlined practices, eliminated redundancies, and empowered decision-making at all levels appropriate for success. With full support from Secretary Noem, Mr. Sean Planky, and our Commandant, we now have an increased capability to accomplish our mission at sea and to do so efficiently and effectively. Over the past several months, Hamilton worked collectively while supporting U.S. Southern Command's Joint Interagency Task Force South for counter-narcotics focused maritime interdictions. The crew of Hamilton is the ship's heartbeat. In addition to our outstanding permanent party members, our team was comprised of special operators from tackling.
Right, everyone, great job. Bye.
Hey, man, that was crazy. Some cartel boss is very upset right now. Very, very upset right now. That was a lot of dope. And it was color coordinated. I think the color coordination had to do with where it was going. Coordination had to do with where it was going. If it's red, it's going to Costa Rica. If it's orange, it's going to America. If it's, you feel me? They had that shit down to a color coordinate science. These people that we playing with is knee deep, man. Hey, but I want to thank everybody for stopping by with me tonight. I wanted y'all to know what I wanted to know, how I was knowing it when I was knowing it. You feel me? If it say 61,000 pounds of cocaine, I'm coming up to y'all like, look, it's 61,000 pounds of cocaine. What we gonna do? You feel me? But let me know how y'all feel in the comments. Let me know, you know, if 61,000 pounds of cocaine is a lot of cocaine. I don't know. Maybe to you that's not a lot. Maybe you get the, you mess with them things frequently. You know what I'm saying? But let me know how it is, man, because I really want to hear y'all thoughts. I really care about what y'all feel like, you know what I'm saying, and all that and all that. But it's your boy Cinco Bastard, man, trying to get 100 grand. The host with the most, coming straight from the West Coast. And we live from Nevada with a fatter. You feel me? Stop playing. Hey, until the next one.
I can't even trust my own mama.